Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, like, subscribe, I know you wanna. So before we get into the video, I just wanted to put a trigger warning at the start that if you are triggered in any way by discussions of domestic violence or bodily harm, this video is not for you. Now, with that being said, let's just get straight into it. So one of my Instagram followers sent me some videos that were getting attention online about how Jake Webber's girlfriend has been having bruises on her body, on her wrists, under her eyes, etc. Let me play the clips right here for you guys. Obviously, I will change some of the music for copyright purposes, but here are the clips right here. So as you can imagine, this started up debates of people saying Jake Webber is abusing Kenzie. Some people even saying it's Tara Yummy, which I thought was quite funny, but you know, the rumours have started now in full effect, and obviously it could be Tara Yummy, who knows. But what has made the rumours intensify even more is that Kenzie does have her own YouTube channel, for those who don't know, and she posts more like lifestyle videos, like vlogs and get ready with me videos, stuff like that, kind of like the old YouTuber kind of days. And she posted a recent get rid of me a few days ago, and in that video she discussed how she often falls downstairs, she's very clumsy. I'm gonna play a clip of her talking about that right here for you guys.
My back hurts because the other day I fell down a flight of stairs. Whoever decided to make me tall and clumsy, fuck you, bro. And it's like literally like so embarrassing. Like I was like not near anyone when this happened, but I like fell down, and it's kind of like a Truman Show moment where it's like, if I'm being recorded right now, that's really embarrassing, like really embarrassing. And it's like not the first time that this has happened at my grown age. I've like fallen down the stairs like once or twice or three times. My back is just really tender. It's bruised a little bit. It's not that bad anymore. This happened like 4 days ago, but I also broke my nail. I literally got them done the day before that this happened, but it's lifting a little bit.
So as you can see, she is saying how she's fallen down the stairs and has bruises on her back and is in pain, and how this happens often. Now this is where for me it starts looking a little suspicious that Kenzie is now saying she frequently falls down the stairs and is really clumsy. As saying all of this is a well-known excuse that people who go through domestic violence use to cover up what's really going on. Another one is, I just walked into a door. Like if Kenzie starts saying that I will get really suspicious. But before we get carried away here, I noticed some comments saying how she could just easily bruise, and I do know people with like thin blood, I believe low iron, and some people just naturally just bruise easily. So, you know, it could just very much be that Kenzie just happens to bruise easily. Like maybe she just going out on a night out, knocks her arm on a wall, on a sink counter or something, and we just have a big bruise on there. Like I've done that multiple times. Sometimes I'll wake up and I'm like, why have I got this massive bruise on my thigh for? Can't remember how I got it, don't know where I got it from, but you know, these things do happen. Now, people are also commenting, which I think seems to be maybe the more realistic thing, is that how Jake Webber and Kenzie could just be into freaky sex stuff, and if Kenzie bruises easily, this could just be what's going on. As if I'm honest with you guys, I feel like this is what is most likely happening. As if you think about it, you would still be embarrassed to admit that to the public, talk about your sex life, talking about how freaky you guys get. Like, you know, someone like Kenzie as well, who's a bit shy, you wouldn't really want to be making that public knowledge. So you would still say excuses like, I just fell down the stairs and stuff like that. That kind of makes sense that you would still do that, when actually what's going on is Jake Webber's tying her up and hanging her from a ceiling fan, and she's spinning around, and you know, whatever is going on, who knows, but she's not gonna say that. Also, don't forget, Kenzie has recently made it public that she wants to keep her relationship with Jake Webber more private, so you know damn well she is not going to speak or reveal their sex life at all. In fact, she doesn't even talk about Jake Webber even in the videos. She doesn't even talk about having a relationship, so you know for a fact she's not going to talk about their sex life. And the same goes for Jake Webber as well. But the problem with that is that it then just makes things look suspicious, and this is, I feel like, their biggest, like, what they call it, Achilles heel or something. think because they try and keep it so private, even though it's impossible to keep the relationship private, it's very, very public. Everyone knows that Kenzie Luby and Jake Webber are together now. So when they try and cover stuff up and act all shady and suspicious, it just ends up looking more dodgy. Like, you can see how this situation of her lying about getting bruises and stuff just looks really, really suspicious because of the context. And if I was Jake and Kenzie, I would be careful, because if she continues to look bruised up all the time, at some point they may have to just come clean and speak about what's really going on so that someone doesn't file an investigation or something. They just need to be quite careful with that. But of course, we don't know exactly what's even going on here. Maybe it's nothing to do with like freaky sexual activities. Maybe, you know, something more serious is going on. Who knows? Anything is possible. But for me personally, the freaky sex life seems to be the most realistic explanation as to what's going on here, as I cannot see personally Jake Webber being a monster like that. But then, like you said, we don't know any of them. I don't know them. I've never met them in person. None of us knows what goes on behind closed doors. Now, the people commenting that it's Taryami beating her up, yes, it could be what's going on, you know, and like I said, anything is possible. But don't forget, Taryami, I believe she's like really, really short. I believe she's like 4 foot something. And Kenzie is a model. She's at model height. She's like almost 6 foot, I believe. She towers over Taryami. Not that makes an excuse or anything like that, but it just, you know, I feel like Kenzie could probably easily defend herself against Taryami if she wanted to. If I'm honest, the most believable explanation as to why Taryami would leave bruises on Kenzie's body is if all the rumors of them being in a throuple are true, then obviously Taryami could contribute to giving Kenzie some bruises in that scenario. I feel like that's the most, I would much rather believe that than Taryami just like seeing Kenzie on site and swinging for her all the time or something, you know. And if I'm honest, guys, a little bit of a side note, but Jake Webber and Johnny Gilbert's most recent YouTube video of them doing Halloween shopping, I think that video is the most sexual jokes I've ever heard come out of Jake Webber's mouth. So I really do feel like Jake Webber is like a horny boy. I do think he's a little dirty dog, and I can easily see him being into freaky sex stuff. I'm just being honest.
I just feel like everyone just kind of comes together and enjoys it. Together. Just coming together. Everyone's just coming all over each other. Together. And I would come on you, my brother. Damn, bro. You know what? Cowboys? Not like real cowboys, but they're, you know, they're kind of sexy. Like, see, like you know, like you is like an emo cowboy. Cause it's just like manly, you know, it's hot. Like, look at you.
I need a horse. Get on all fours.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy. Dude, if I was a girl, I would be such a slut on Halloween.
You already are a slut.
I mean, yeah, but like, if I was a girl, it'd be different.
Yeah. You'd be unstoppable.
Yeah. Like every hot dude, like everyone's getting sucked. That's why God made me a guy. I'd be too powerful.
And that's why I keep coming back to, I do think that's the most realistic explanation as to maybe what's going on here, maybe why Kenzie is getting a few bruises here and there. You know, like I said, if she's getting tied up and swung around the place or whatever. But anyway, overall, I don't think it's that deep. But like I said, we don't know for sure. Who knows what's really going on? But we'll see what happens in the future. Obviously, if Kenzie starts showing up with like more bruises on her, then things will start looking a lot more suspicious for them. And I think they will end up probably getting in trouble. So like I said, overall, I do think they need to be quite careful if they are doing freaky sex stuff, and that's the whole reason why what's going on here. But we'll have to see. Who knows what's going on? Who knows what the future holds? But this is what's going on the internet. Everyone's talking about it, people are making videos about it. So I thought, let me do a video speaking about it for you guys. And I want to know, what do you guys think of all of this? What do you guys think's going on? Why do you guys think Kenzie is getting bruises on her body and stuff? Let me know down below. What do you guys think's going on? And yeah, guys, that's it for this video. So like and subscribe to my channel for more of me and I want to baby. Hit the bell notification to be notified and pop up on your screen with a new video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys. Mwah.
I'm rich.